Alright, so now in order to enhance a game, we're going to add a camera shake on the game over screen. Let me explain you exactly what I'm talking about. Right here inside of Unity, whenever the player plays the game and loses, we want the camera to start shaking so that the user knows that something wrong just happened on the game over, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. In order to do that, I'm going to select the main camera inside of the sphere. So I'm going to extend the sphere and select the main camera. Now, I'm going in the inspector on the right side and I'm going to add a new component and create a new script. New script, and that script will be called camera shake. Why? Because I want to make the camera shake. So just call it camera shake and press enter and create and add. Alright. Now I'm going to double click on the script to add it and to open it with MonoDevelop. Now that the script is opened, I'm going to remove what's inside of it. I don't need the start and the update. I'm just going to remove them for now. And I'm going to work on the camera shake. Alright. So the first thing I want to do is create the variables that will be used to make the camera shake. And we need the original position and also a reference to the camera. And let's go ahead and do this. So to get the original position, we're going to use a vector. So let's make it private vector 3, because the camera is a vector 3. Even though it may be just x and y, we don't need the z, but let's take a vector 3. Original pause for the original position. And now let's get also the instance of the camera, public, static. Why am I making it static? So that we don't need to call the camera for it. We can call it from anywhere. Static, camera shake. So that's this script. And let's call it instance. Alright, so that might be a bit more involved for some people. They've never seen what a static field is. Static is like copy and paste. You can copy from any text inside of any software or any web page, and you can paste it anywhere else. So that's the same thing with static. It's available everywhere. Okay? Alright. And now let's do the void awake. So whenever the game is awaking, or at least when the camera is getting loaded, we're going to say that the original position is equal to the position of the camera. So that would be transform dot position. Okay, good. And also let's get the instance. So the instance is equal to this. And this is the instance of the camera. Alright, so now let's use that. Let's create a shake method. Void. Let's make it public so that we can just call it. Public void shake. And let's say how long it's going to be. So float duration. So that's the amount of time it's going to go for. And then how much is going to move. Float amount. Let's open and close the curly braces and let's work on the logic here. So for the shake, what we're going to do is we're going to start a coroutine. So basically it's going to be done on a new thread, and that would be instance dot start coroutine. All right, and then the name of that coroutine. Now we do not have it yet, so let's create that. I'm going to go below this and make it. So public. Let's create the coroutine, right? So how do you create a coroutine? You use an I enumerator. I enumerator. That's for a coroutine. And let's call this one co-shake. Why co-shake? Because it's for coroutine shake. Okay. All right. And this will also use an amount and a duration. So float duration, float amount. Open and close the curly braces. Next, we want to work on the logic. So let's work on the end time. Float end time is equal to the time now plus the duration. So time.time, meaning that the time that is now, so that's now, plus duration. So we know how long this is going to last. Okay. Now that we have this, we can say while time.time is less than the end time, meaning that as long as we haven't reached the end, Well, guess what? Then we're going to make it shake, right? So let's locate the transform and move the transform. Transform dot local position is equal to the original position plus, so I'm pressing enter so that we can easily see it, plus let's put a random shake. So random dot inside unit sphere, because the sphere makes it rotate around the sphere, so it never goes beyond it, so it goes around a radius times the amount. All right, that will be enough. And next, let's decrease the duration. Duration is equal to duration minus time dot delta time. All right, so that the duration would go down, and then we yield to finish the coroutine. Yield return null. Why null? Because there's nothing to return. And now let's change the position of the object. Transform dot local position is equal to the original position. So we're going back. Once this is finished, we're going back to the original position. All right, so let's save that. And now that we have the logic, let's call it. This co-shake, let's call it, instead of the coroutine, that would be instance dot co-shake, and the variables instead of the co-shake would be the duration and the amount. All right, and make sure you have two parentheses that are closing. 1, 2. All right, let's save. Now what we can do is try it out. I'm going back to Unity. Let's make sure we have no error. I'm going to the console and see if we have any error or not. So no red error, it's good. Now make sure that this is attached to the main camera. So when you click on the main camera, you should see the camera shake. All right, now let's press play. Oh, and by the way, we need to call this. If we don't call this, nothing's gonna happen. So we need to say when the camera should shake, right? So let's go ahead and go in the trigger script. And the trigger is, if I remember, inside of the sphere. Let's see. No, the trigger is not here. So let's just look for the trigger. Let's go to the project and look for the trigger script. Here it is. Double click on it to open it. And that's exactly where we want to be. We want to be on trigger enter. So whenever the game over screen appears, so whenever we have the game over, we will start shaking the camera. So let's do if refs dot game is on. So if the game is on, that means that we just lost. So this is the first time we lost. Then now is the time to make it shake. How do we make it shake? Well, we're going to call the method to make it shake, which will be the script camera shake dot shake. Somehow we cannot find the shake. That's probably because the shake is not public. So let's go check it out. In the camera shake, let's make sure it's public. Yeah, I see it public. So somehow we are missing something. Let's double check that we have everything. Okay, void check, public. So this is public, excellent. This is public as well. And void, okay, and the public static. Okay, so we should have access to that somehow. So let me go back and see why this is happening. Okay, I can probably just call shake now and just put my values. I'm going to put 0.3, 0.3 f. So that's 0.3 seconds, and the amount 0.3. Now I'm going to save that, and let's see if this works, if Unity complains or not. Okay, it does. It says that an object reference is required to access the non-static member. Okay, so somehow it doesn't see it as being static, but it is. So let's see why. So the shake should be static. And yep, we are missing the keyword static. So just add static here, and now we'll be able to access it. Let's save that. And now let's go back to Unity. This should go away. Let's see. Yep, the error is gone. Perfect. Now let's press play and let's take a look at it. All right, I'm going to press play now. And I'm going to lose right away so that we can see it. You guys ready? Boom. Did you guys see that? It started moving. Excellent. Let's restart and do it one more time. Boom. Excellent. Let's do it again. All right. It's actually very good. As you can see, let me go through here. All right. Wow, I'm actually pretty good at this. Let's go and let's lose. Boom. Excellent. All right. So we do lose and the camera shake is perfect. All right.